Good morning dear students, this is Avinash sir, once again coming back with the subject maintenance and repair of structure. And in this subject, today we are going to start unit number 3, materials for maintenance and repairs. So guys, in the previous lectures we get the idea about the maintenance, repair, causes of damage. We detected also the damage. Now it's time to use the materials for repairing work. So what are that various materials? So first of all, see what are the various factors which affect the material selection. First is the type of structure. Obviously, the material selection get directly affected by the type of structure. If there is any residential building, if there is any commercial building, it varies the material selection. Second, importance of structure. If we are going to do the maintenance and repair work for any important structure, we should use the quality materials. Third, environmental condition of that region. Fourth, location of site. Time factor. Sixth, type of extent of damage. Seventh, variation in temperature. To capacity of bonding of new material with existing material of structure. Strength of repair material with respect to material of existing structure. टाइम रिक्वायर्ड फॉर क्यूरिंग ऑफ रिपेयर मटेरियल. क्यूरिंग टाइम कितना लगता है उसके बेसिस पे भी मटेरियल सिलेक्शन चेंज होगा. मशीनरी एंड लेबर्स रिक्वायर्ड टू यूज द मटेरियल ऑफ रिपेयर. इकोनॉमिकल क्राइटेरिया. सो दिस आर द वेरियस फैक्टर्स विच इन्फ्लुएंस द मटेरियल सिलेक्शन. नाउ लेट्स सी फर्स्ट टाइप ऑफ मटेरियल इज एंटी कोरोजन कोटिंग मटेरियल्स. How should be the anti-corrosion coating materials? It must resist the incoming moisture, because for the corrosion, moisture is the basic reason. So, anti-corrosion material should resist the moisture. It must resist the progressive corrosion. अगर कोई progress में है corrosion तो उसको भी रोकना चाहिए. Create good bonding between steel and other material. Whatever anti-corrosion material you are going to use, it should maintain the proper bond between steel and other material. It should be easy to handle and apply. These are the basic properties of anti-corrosion material. Now let's see what are the various anti-corrosion materials. First one is cement slurry mortar. A mixture of sand, cement and water is used to prepare cement slurry mortar. What are the ingredients of cement slurry mortar? So first is the sand, second cement and third is water. Second point says that the basic ratio is 1:1. Cement अगर एक गोनी ले रहे हो तो एक गोनी सैंड भी ले लो. Then add more cement until you have the required properties. That means you can mix it as per your requirements. Second is the polymer modified cement slurry. This slurry function as both a corrosion inhibiting primer for reinforcement and bonding primer for concrete surfaces. Polymer modified works on corrosion resistance as well as bonding primer for concrete surfaces. Third anti-corrosion material is epoxy zinc. Epoxy zinc has the resistance properties of epoxy and the galvanic protection of zinc. That means it has a double benefit. It has a epoxy property as well as galvanic protection of zinc. Epoxy zinc is used to protect steel surfaces from corrosion. Why we are use the epoxy zinc? For protecting our steel from corrosion. Paints and epoxies resist corrosion by forming an impermeable barrier between the metal and atmosphere moisture. Okay, the general paints and epoxies resist the corrosion by forming a thin layer between steel and atmosphere. But epoxy zinc provides corrosion protection by electrical means. Fifth point, this provides outstanding protection to steel surfaces in a wide range of environment. Okay, if there is any sudden temperature rise, sudden temperature fall or moisture condition, in that condition epoxy zinc provides outstanding protection to the steel surfaces. So this is about the epoxy zinc. Now let's see further material. Now next material is the adhesive material. So what are the basic properties should have the adhesive material? Adhesive, also known as glue, cement, mucilage or paste, is any non-metallic substance applied to one or both surfaces of two separate items that binds them together and resists the separation. That means adhesive is the material which apply on the surfaces of two or more materials and get binding together as a single unit. Adhesive materials have the ability to bind different materials together to distribute the stress more effectively and efficiently across the joint. So these adhesive materials have very strong bonding properties between two different materials. If two materials get bonded together, they can easily distribute the stress of joint. Third, increase design flexibility. By using adhesive material, we can achieve the design flexibility. The disadvantage of adhesives includes decreased stability at high temperature. There is one disadvantage also of adhesive material. It can't work on the high temperature. Fifth, difficulty in separating objects during testing. If you once apply the adhesive material on both the materials and you bind it, after that you can't separate that materials from each other. Now let's see various adhesive materials. First one is solvent free adhesives. That means there is no solvent. Okay. Adhesives are called as solvent-free adhesives if they does not contain more than 5% of solvent. When we are going to call it solvent-free adhesive, if there is more than 5% of solvent is not there, in that case we can call it solvent-free adhesive. Due to little or no solvent, it reduces the health risk, fewer occupational safety requirement. Because of the solvent-free adhesives, it reduces the health risk and safety of the occupants. Give high initial strength. Solvent-free adhesives gives high initial strength. Second adhesive material is epoxy adhesives. Epoxy adhesives formed by mixing together a resin and a hardener. How epoxy adhesives form? By mixing the resin and hardener. It will take any time from 1 minute to several days to dry completely into hard, clear coating. It takes time 1 minute to several days for forming a clear, hard coating. It depends upon the hardener and resin properties. Generally, when a strong bond is necessary, then epoxy adhesives is preferred. If you need the strong bond, in that case you have to use the epoxy adhesives. Vapors of epoxy adhesives are dangerous, so due care must be taken while using it. So they are saying that epoxy adhesives are dangerous, so we have to take care while using it. If it spill on human body, wash it with vinegar, as acetone can be absolute through the skin. So acetone is the one ingredient of the epoxy which can hemorrhage our skin. So if some amount of epoxy adhesive spill on human body, we should wash it with the vinegar. Now next is the polyester adhesives. Polyesters are one of the largest classes of synthetic resin. It comes from the synthetic resin family. Second, relatively of low cost. Polyester adhesives are, in the comparison of other adhesives, it is low cost. These are divided into two groups. Polyester adhesives are divided into two groups. First one is saturated thermoplastic. Saturated thermoplastic में क्या आता है देखते हैं. They exhibit high peel strength and offer excellent clarity. That means saturated polyester adhesives have high peel strength and offer excellent clarity. These are used where high tensile strength and high temperature resistance is needed. So where are we going to use the saturated polyester adhesives? Where temperature is high and we have to resist the temperature. Next, unsaturated thermoplastic polyester adhesives. It consists of hardener and resin. These are premixed before their use. They can be applied on the surface with a brush. It can be applied with help of brush, roller or by spraying. The bonding depends on nature of material to be joined. Its bonding strength will be depend on whatever materials we are going to be joined on that material's surface. This adhesive is resistant to water. It's a good quality. Adhesives should be resistant to water, particularly used as masonry adhesives. Particularly unsaturated thermoplastic adhesives used as a masonry adhesives. Fourth adhesive is acrylic adhesive. It is very strong and efficient at bonding multiple objects together. Acrylic adhesive has a property to bind together multiple objects. They are resistant to sunlight. Not easily broken up by water or humidity. That means it resistant to the moisture, water or humidity. It can withstand with the temperature variation. If there is wide range of temperature variation, sudden temperature down, sudden temperature increase, in that conditions also acrylic adhesives can withstand. The strength of the acrylic adhesive is measured into two ways, by cohesion or by adhesion. What is mean the cohesion? Cohesion means bonding of two same materials, and adhesion means bonding between two different materials. Acrylic adhesives available in the form of liquid, paste, tape can be applied with brush or damp cloth. Acrylic adhesives हमें लिक्विड में मिल सकते हैं, पेस्ट में या टेप में भी मिल सकते हैं, एंड विच कैन बी अप्लाई विद द हेल्प ऑफ ब्रश एंड डैम्प क्लॉथ. Fifth one adhesive is waterborne adhesives. As name suggests, it can use be in the water. Waterborne adhesives are also called as water-based adhesive, compounded with water as a diluent. The main polymer used to formulate water-based adhesives are citrine, butadiene, acrylic, polyvinyl actuate, and vinyl acetate ethylene. So these are the various ingredients which are using while production of waterborne adhesives. The adhesive properties are obtained when water is absorbed by the substrate. Thus, it is important to use at least one permeable substrate when using water-based adhesives. If you want to use waterborne adhesives, at least one material of that both should be water permeable. Now they are saying that there are four main types of water-based adhesives. First one is vegetable glue, second animal protein, resin cement, and latex cement. These are the common four waterborne adhesives, and each of these is unequally formulated to serve their own specific purposes. Their combinations are different for comply with their specific purposes. Sixth adhesive is polyvinyl acetate. It is commonly famous as a wood glue, white glue, carpenter's glue, or school glue. This is an aliphatic rubber synthetic polymer and belongs to polyvinyl ester family. So polyvinyl acetate belongs to the polyvinyl ester family, and it is a aliphatic rubber synthetic polymer. A number of microorganisms can degrade polyvinyl acetate. So microorganisms can degrade the layer of polyvinyl acetate. This is generally used as adhesive for porous material. So where we are going to use polyvinyl acetate? Where we have to bind together porous materials. Used for purpose building stone, in particular sandstone. Seventh adhesive is vinyl acetate copolymer. This is ideal for use in coatings due to their non-oxidizing and permanently flexible qualities. So actually in nature, vinyl acetate is permanently flexible in nature, and it is a non-oxidizing agent. It is available in both powder or solution form. So you can get vinyl acetate in the powder form as well as solution form. It has an outstanding fluidity at molten state and suited to use or process at low temperature. Vinyl acetate where we are going to use at low temperatures. This is generally used for flooring. So flooring is the common work where we are going to use the vinyl acetate copolymer. Now next material is the mortar repair materials. So actually mortar repair materials have two types. One is the dry mortar and another one is the wet mortar. So what is meant by the dry mortar? In the dry mortar there is no addition of pre-addition of the water. पहले ही हम वाटर का यूज़ नहीं करते उसमें. And in the wet mortar already there is a existence of water and addition of water. Now let's see what are the different mortar repair materials. First is cementitious mortar. Cement based binding material used to stick building blocks. It is composed of sand, a cement binder, water, and possibly other additives. Upon setting, the cementitious mortar becomes hard and seal the gaps between building components. So cementitious mortar is usually used for filling the gaps between constructions. used for constructing walls, fences and walkways. So where we are going to use the cementitious mortar? If we are going to bond the fences, walkways, constructing the walls. It is also useful when repairing the structure. It is also useful in repairing structure. Cement mortars can also repair pipes internally or provide protective coating on the exterior of metallic materials. So cementitious materials also have the use for providing coating material for the metallic bodies. It has anti-corrosion additives which sometimes added to the mortar. So guys, this is about the cementitious mortar. Now let's see about the polymer modified cementitious mortar. So simply in second type they added the polymer. So let's see what happened after adding the polymer to the cementitious mortar. Polymer modified mortar is produced by mixing water with polymetric admixture, Portland cement and sand. So here they given the ingredient of the polymer modified cements. The addition of polymer improves mortar performance. So polymer what did? It increased the mortar's performance, improving the workability of mortar. Workability achieve करता है. Polymer enhance the adhesion, toughness, flexural or tensile strength and also resistance to chemicals. It also requires less water compared to traditional mortar. Results in more dense, mortar with fewer pores. So polymer modified cementitious mortar requires less water, and because of which we get the dense mortar with fewer pores. It is used for repairing cracks and delamination of concrete structure and cracks. So here they are saying that we can use it at delamination of concrete structure and cracks. Third type of mortar is a resin mortar. It is paste and consists of mixture of materials such as epoxy resin, solvent, binder, mineral fillers and some other additives. It achieves high strength and hardness after curing. If you apply the resin mortar and you cure it, after that it gives a high strength and hardness. It provides good adhesion to construction materials. Resin mortar also have a good adhesion property, easy to mix and apply, provide a range of color mix. That means it gives you color choices. It is expensive as compared to cement mortar, but it provides top-notch performance in the end. Used to fill gaps. Obviously, mortar is used to fill gaps. Selected for rapid and high-strength concrete repairs. So guys, this is the basic and simple points about the resin mortar. So this is sufficient for today's lecture. Thank you so much.